Hello, Facebook world. How are you doing? Welcome back to another Epic Live. And this Epic Live is going to be a little bit different. There are no guests, just me. And this time I get to ask the questions. I'm looking forward to seeing your answers. And so for this to work, you have to type in the all right. So definitely, let's get this started just like we always do. If you have never been a part of one of our Epic Live experiences, do me a favor and show me those thumbs up. I want to see if you are here for the first time and ready to participate in today's Epic Live. Show me those thumbs ups right now. Go for it. Mash that button. Hello, Amanda.
Here for
Glad to see you. Oh, I'm going to mute that. Okay. If you have done this before, you know the game. Thank you. I see all those thumbs ups. If you have done this before and you know the game, show me the heart emojis. Show me the love in here right now. Yep, I see it coming. Happy Friday to you too, Amanda. Hello, Ricky. Hello, Lisa. Thank you for being here. Yes. Thank you. Awesome. Okay, so this is School Choice Week, and that's why we're kind of mixing things up. We've asked you to share pictures of your kiddos. There are all kinds of activities and things that we've been sharing, resources throughout the week, but it is School Choice Week. Hello, Jennifer. I see you. I see you. Alice, I've been with Epic for 3.5 years, but first time here. Alice, thank you so much for being here. This is awesome. Okay, so because it's School Choice Week, we're totally changing the layout here, and I've got questions I want to ask you. And so I'm going to read your responses as we go through all of this. Okay? All right. All right. Are you ready? Give me the thumbs up. Show me, mash that thumbs up button if you are ready for me to ask questions here. Okay, I see it. So the first question I have for you is, how long have you been using Epic to educate your kids? And so some of you, this is going to be your, fourth or fifth month. Thank you. I see those thumbs ups. That's great. Some of you are going to be years. For me, my kids have been a part of Epic for 10 years. 10 years. Yes. So tell me, how long have your kids been here at Epic? Write it in the comments section right now. Hey, and just because we're moving to this format, if you've got questions for me that you really need answered, go ahead and ask them here as well. I'll answer those questions. I didn't mean to imply that I wouldn't take your questions, but for now, tell me how long your kids have been here, or if you're a teacher here or an educator here, how long have you been with Epic Charter Schools? Type it in the comments section right here. 3 months, Ernest. That's great. Thank you and welcome. 6 years, Amanda. That's fabulous. I've been in Epic for 5 years, Connor. That's awesome. Candy Smithson, 3 years. And if you guys hadn't seen Sienna's student story, she was the NCAA Nate Fleming award-winning gymnast. That's great. Tammy, first year. Welcome, Tammy. First year, 5 months, Ashley. This is awesome. I love that you guys are interacting with me here. So while you guys are still adding those responses, I wanted to let you know that there are a couple of things about school choice that have really helped Epic thrive. And one of those things is that families no longer need to get permission or get permission granted from the district, their home district. And so if you have a neighborhood school assigned to you, you no longer have to go to them and say why you want to do Epic Charter Schools. Give us thumbs up for that. Alice, 3 years. That is awesome. Jennifer, hello. I see you on there. Okay, so now real quick, tell me why. It could be a couple of words. It could be COVID. It could be gifted and talented. It could be bullying. Why did you bring your kiddos to Epic Charter School? What made you decide to go this route? I see the thumbs up and thank you for that. Awesome. Keep it going. Show me right now in the comments section Why did you choose Epic? And there are several stories that were sent to me this week, and I appreciate those stories. I love reading them, and we turn them into student spotlights. So if you ever have a story to share about why you Epic, send it to me at erin.barnes@epiccharterschools.org. I love reading them, and I'll share them here. I did have Awesome, Ashley, and I'm going to tell that reason why in just a second. I did have a story shared with me that I thought was super endearing. We've got all kinds of families coming to Epic this year, and one of the stories I got was from a lady who's helping to raise her grandkids. She's got twin second graders in Epic this year, and they had done different models in the past, but this is the first year her kiddos really are fully getting it. They don't wake up feeling sick, and I know several of you guys have probably had that experience where you went to send your kiddo to school and they didn't want to go. They were sick this time, and how many sick days can you get in a school year before maybe the problem isn't sick? It's I don't like school. And so I just loved her story. I love that the kids are thriving and doing really well, and we look forward to educating them for many more years. That's awesome. Ashley said COVID is her why, but now they're going to stick with it because they love it. And that's all capital LOVE. I love that. Thank you, Ashley. Amanda says, my kids asked to leave brick and mortar. They had great grades, but didn't like what they were seeing. I completely agree with that. Candy says, less worry about education, peer pressure, scheduling with sports, plus dyslexia is not understood in our district. Man, Candy, I feel you there. That is a tough one. Ernest says, my son wasn't getting any help. He loves Epic. This is awesome, guys. I came to Epic because of the teachers. I'm loving Epic because Miss Haley Green for helping me through it. I love it. Eddie says, it honestly was an easier way for me and my daughter's mom to do Epic, considering she lives an hour and a half away and we have joint custody. They've been doing Epic since pre-K, and it's, and she's only done 1 year of public school, and she's now in 4th grade. Eddie, that's amazing. We do have lots of issues with shared custody, even across state lines. And so a kiddo that I used to have on my roster lived here 3 weeks out of the year and then lived in Dallas, Texas a week out of the month. And so, for 3 weeks of schooling here and then a week of schooling there, that would just not have worked in a traditional setting. It would have been held against the kiddo, and that's not fair to the kiddo. Let me see. Eddie says, and she's honestly learned more with Epic. I love that. My Epic why is a lot the same, but I'm going to pose another question to you. Let's have you answer speculations here. But do you think your home school district would have given you that permission if they had a chance to say no? So tell me now, if you think your home district had a chance to say no, would they have said no or would they have said yes? Go ahead and type that in there. My Epic why is, I kind of wanted to homeschool my kids, but I wanted them to be able to have opportunities like in the traditional brick and mortar school. And so I found here that with the flexibility of doing school our way, along with the accountability of state testing, the accountability of benchmarks, the accountability of needing to get through certain standards, it was way easier for me to keep on track with Epic. And so I honestly love that. Plus, the neighborhood school up the street asked me when my daughter was 4 years old if we had ever thought about putting her on meds for her busyness. And I thought, no, because she's 4. So lots of reasons that we did it, but I'm super glad we stuck with it. So let me read some of your responses. It has been so much easier on us. We are so thankful for Miss Holly Phillips. Thanks, Holly Phillips, for helping these guys stick with it. COVID, but we have gained so much this year. Serena, what a true story and a testament to kind of what a lot of people are feeling. I've heard that several times over. Alice says, brick and mortar refused to accommodate for my son who was diagnosed with learning disabilities unless I medicated him. He switched to Epic and now refuses to go back. Alice, I mean, I feel like you and I kind of had the same story. We were cut from the same cloth a little bit. Stephanie says, no, I don't think my school district would have let me come here. Candy says yes, because they got tired of me fighting for rights. How true is that? I know when we first started here, I was teaching, and not only did my kiddos, but several other kiddos in this home district were considered dropouts, according to that school, because they didn't really know how to code our kids. And they started a task force to find out why the kids were dropping out. And so I think initially our district was not happy with Epic. Maybe they've come to accept it a little more now. I'm not sure. Eddie says they would have definitely said no. When my daughter did traditional schooling, she was in the gifted and talented, and the teachers did not want her to leave. I totally get that too. Very good. Okay, so I'm going to move to the next bullet point that I have here. And did you know that school choice, when it comes to the state of Oklahoma, gives parents the ability to choose different things, including curriculum and extracurricular activities that fit best for their children. And so if you are participating or taking advantage of an extracurricular that maybe your home district didn't offer, or maybe you're taking advantage of a curriculum or a special line of education that your home district didn't offer, type that in. Let me see it in the comments section. Let me know what it is that you're able to take advantage of because of Epic, or even because of school choice. If you were with another school before, you had that choice. So tell me, what are some of the things, curriculum or extracurricular, that you are being able to take advantage of right now? I'm going to come back to some of the things here. Brandy says, COVID was the reason we came, but my son says he's definitely learning more and loves not having to deal with kids. Go back here, acting crazy, and the teachers spending all their time disciplining them, not being able to teach. We are staying because of a great teacher, Crystal Bowen Gonzalez. And Crystal was one of my teachers whenever I was a principal, so I definitely know she is something special, Brandy. That's awesome. She helps with whatever we need and responds so quickly. The district definitely does not like that we came to Epic, and I get it. Ashley says brick and mortar was advising us not to do Epic because it takes away from state funding. We went with Epic anyway, and we are so thankful for our teacher. She understands my oldest with ADHD, and that's the main reason why I wanted to go with Epic. The teachers pretty much said, medicate her or she will fail. And gosh, I know, Ashley, that's a tough story. I've seen, we did research what it would take to medicate and what that looks like. And I've seen so many kiddos that have gone on meds that have kind of lost their personality. And that's one thing I just definitely did not want for my own kiddo. All right, on the things you are taking advantage of. Awesome. Stephanie says gymnastics and iFly. iFly is such a great opportunity. What a fantastic thing to get to experience. And my youngest did gymnastics, so I know that as well. Amanda says, theater, teaching textbooks, French high school courses starting in 6th grade. And oh my word, are you right? My daughter's an 8th grader taking a high school course too, because she's moving through that 8th grade content. So that is wicked awesome. And teaching textbooks, gosh, guys, I don't know if you know this, and I know that there have been some hiccups with teaching textbooks this year, but it is written in a font that is dyslexia approved. I don't know if you know that, but a lot of kiddos find that teaching textbooks is the way to go, just simply because the textbooks are written in a way that really helps eliminate some of the reading struggles for dyslexic kiddos. Let me see. CHGY says special writing programs called Structure and Style for Students from IEW. Oh my goodness. IEW is amazing. Did you know they're an Oklahoma company? I did not know that for a really long time. Crystal is the best, Carla says, and she is replying to Brandy's comment there. Lauren says, what about Epic's partnerships with Sylvan for free tutoring services? Yes, Lauren, what an amazing program. I mean, and we've got several Sylvans across the state, but being able to partner with those guys, if you're, close and can take advantage, is a great opportunity. Anne says, I am a horse riding school vendor. I love my Epic students. And tell us where you're located, so if kiddos are close, they can reach out to you. And also says, I have my master's in counseling, and I feel that kids are over-medicated. Yes, I totally am with you on that one. Connor says, free time and being able to do a full year of school in a semester. And I did 10th and 11th grade this year. I am so happy I'm going to be able to graduate. Connor, what an amazing opportunity. I love that you have said that because it's so true. We've gotten so many kids that have come to us kind of behind, and I know that we get a bad rap in the media for having credit deficiencies when people leave us, but there are not enough stories about kiddos like you, Connor, who are able to recover those credits by coming in here and doing school on your time and your way. What a great opportunity. I'm going to come back to reading, but I wanted to pose another bullet point. School choice allows parents to choose safer schools, better qualified teachers, and individualized student instruction. Shout out right now. Tell us, who is your teacher and why are they awesome? So write it down, let us know, and who's your teacher that you love so much, and why do you love this teacher so much? Let me come back to the reasons over here. Amy Meyer says, the reason I put my son in Epic is because he was basically falling through the cracks with his schoolwork. He was failing, and I couldn't get teachers to work with me to correct it. What an awful story, Amy. I hear this more often than not. If your kiddo's not super gifted or super, discipline problem, a lot of times they kind of float through and you don't really see solutions to your problems. And so Anne is in Blair, Oklahoma. So if any of you guys are close to Blair, Oklahoma, you can go look her up if your kiddos are into horseback riding, and she is an Epic approved vendor. Brandy says, I love that my son was able to take ASL. It's such a great program. Brandy, did you know we've got a kiddo, Epic graduate here, who started ASL at the community college. And before he was even a graduate, that community college had hired him to be their liaison for deaf students and academic counseling. And so he was working with the community college here in Tulsa because of his ASL abilities and being able to develop them. And now he is an interpreter. He's graduated and living the life. But ASL is a great opportunity that we do offer. So that's great. Alice says, one of my students are in the BLC, and I can't say enough great things on how the teachers interact with their students. Seeing this has secured my decision on keeping my kids in Epic, and I love that. That's great. Kinsey says, I also take ASL, and Holly is very helpful. Kinsey, great. Another shout out to the ASL program. This is amazing. Nikki says, we can focus on what we need and what we need to focus on. No getting bored with things that we already know. And man, I love that there are so many opportunities to either test out of content you already know or show and prove mastery in different ways. That is awesome. Rosie says, Miss Ashley. Connor says, Miss Haley Green, and I'm proud to have her. Carla says, Crystal Gonzalez. She's helped my son for the last 4 years. Amanda says, Trish Black Adair, she's on top of everything. She rocks at personalizing and helping my kids succeed. I love these shout outs. This is awesome. Miss Danielle Machowski Risenhoover. That is a mouthful. And so I apologize, Miss Risenhoover, if I have butchered your name, and I apologize for that. But Nikki says, She is amazingly awesome, and we have had an awesome team. We are grateful. Yes. Tara Adams wanted to reply to Brandy on the ASL point. My girls take ASL, and my girls want to take ASL, and can you message me about that? Yes, Tara, and definitely reach out to your teacher to find out more about that as well, because your teacher should be able to help you out with that. Serena says, Terry Spencer is amazing. She's always available. She knows what's going on and has great ideas on how to motivate my son. She always finds ways to focus on things he's struggling with and help him overcome those challenges. I love it. Kinsey, have you heard anything about prom this year? Kinsey, we're just talking about this because my daughter's finally old enough to go and is looking up dresses, and I haven't heard anything. So if there is a prom this year, parents, let me know where we're at with that. I know that a lot of it's going to depend on social distancing and what the mandates are for the different cities, but let's see what we can figure out around that, Kinsey. That's great. Kinsey, what grade are you in? Let us know, or what grade your kiddos are in. Let me see here. Okay, so this is another one, and I don't know how you feel about it or if you guys are politically charged enough, but since money follows the student to their new school, taxpayers can better determine where their tax dollars are being spent. This provides more accountability. Kinsey, 11th grade. I really do hope you get to have that prom experience. I really do want it for you. Not only that, school choice creates competition among schools, which did not exist before. So if you lived in a school district, you pretty much had that school district. Now we've got schools that are kind of competing and vying for customer satisfaction. And that is something you've never heard from a school before, and hopefully you are finding that with Epic, we are customer satisfaction oriented. So if you are not satisfied, did you know you can call your principal? Did you know you could call your principal's boss? Thank you, Brandy. Yes, exactly. So my question for you here on this one is, what's one thing that your home district could do to make you decide to go back? Not that we want you to go back, we definitely want you to stay. But what's one thing that if your home district did this one thing, maybe it would help you decide to go back to that home district? Let me know. Type it in the chat box. What's one thing that would make you consider going back to that brick and mortar up the street? And then another thing I want to know is, what's one thing you wish Epic would do that would help you never consider leaving ever again? All right. So what's one thing your home district could do to make you decide to go back? But then what's one thing Epic could do that would make you just never consider leaving this school ever, ever, ever again? All right. Let me see here. Amanda says, school choice rocks. Schools need reasons to improve and competition. Okay, Carla says nothing. Carla, was that nothing? They could do nothing, or Epic doesn't need to do anything? Let me know. Let me see. Kelly says, make better accommodations for children with epilepsy instead of stigmatizing them. Gosh, Kelly, that's traumatizing to hear. So hopefully you don't have to deal with that anymore. Gosh. Amanda says, LOL, nothing. They can't get us back. I love it. That is so fun. I truly appreciate you guys being here. Let's see, to be honest, nothing. I'm going to stay in Epic until I graduate. Connor, thank you so much. I love that. And Connor and Kinsey and the rest of you guys, what's something you'd love to see Epic do that would just make it over the top? What is something we can do to keep you guys here and make people never even consider going back? Because nope, my watch wanted to talk to you guys too, but we're not going to let it. So tell me in the comment section, what can we do to keep you? Is there a place that you feel like we are failing you, and how can we get better? We're always looking to get better. We definitely want to keep that competitive edge. So let us know. Carla says, sorry, nothing. We are epic all the way. Epic has been great. Thank you, Carla. That's awesome. Alice says, they can truly not leave a child behind. Gosh, I feel that, Alice. I feel it really hard, because I feel like my kiddos would have been that. I know my husband identifies as being one of those kiddos who was left behind. He was so brilliant, and that's part of the reason he's here at Epic. He was a brilliant kid who had not much drive, and so he took the easiest route on everything. Kind of wonders where he would be if teachers actually pushed him to be better and pushed him to do more. Let me see here. Brandy says, I can't really think of anything they could do. They fought so hard to make sure we knew we didn't have a choice before. Wow, interesting. Let me see. Amanda says, ECA was a great way to keep us. Oh my goodness, so true. And again, I'm really looking forward to my own kiddos being a part of that program starting next school year. So I am with you. ECA is that Epic Collegiate Academy, just in case you didn't know. And that's the chance to graduate high school with your associate's degree. What an amazing opportunity. Let me see. Nikki says, the only thing I would suggest is making the Epic Essentials where kids enjoy it. For those that do not, we make it work, though. We aren't going anywhere. I love that, Nikki. And I think for what it's worth, Epic's always looking for ways. Last year, there were 2 programs. This year, there are 5 programs that you can use for those Epic Essentials. And so I'm totally with you on that one. We do need to find a way to make it more engaging. So thank you for that piece of feedback. And I love that you're not going anywhere no matter what. Kelly says, a child who had learning disabilities at my school district never understood, and it always counted me out. I knew better and always counted me out for it. I knew better than to put my daughter in the same school district, but I'm so glad that one of my past teachers pointed me in your guys' direction. Thank you. And thank you to that past teacher. Thank you, Kelly, for your story. Connor says, in my opinion, this school is perfect and doesn't need to change. It's perfect just the way it is. Connor, I don't know if your teacher told you to say that or if I need to slip you a 5 later, but thank you. That is so awesome. Just teasing. Let's see. Epic has been wonderful. We love the one-on-one interaction with our teacher and our therapist. Yes. And Tammy says, I wish there was more documentation on how a child can do 2 grades in 1 year. We are supposed to get an answer about this today, but it has been one of the struggles to get answers. Mine just finished 2 weeks ago, and we are just doing filler work. We hope to stay with Epic in the future. And Tammy, that's a great question. And so work with your teacher, work with your principal. If they know that that's a goal for you, we can work to pace you in that direction. And I don't know if your story is you're coming behind from being credit behind, or if you just have a goal to pursue in getting done with graduation earlier. And so I would say that if you are relying heavily on curriculum, moving at a pace of about 14 to 20% per week in that curriculum will get you in that direction. And so and that is per subject. And hello, Nancy, I see you too. So Tammy, if you want to, if you need help getting more answers, definitely send me a direct message online, or you can always email me, and anyone here can always email me. Erin.barnes@Epic Charter Schools. Send me your stories. Let me know how you're doing. I love interacting with you guys so much. I love that you're sharing with me. And I hope this was kind of a fun change up to the pace. We are back next week talking about burnout busters. And so if you've got a kiddo who's hard to motivate, if you've got a kiddo who feels isolated, if you've got problems getting through some of the content and your kids are just feeling overwhelmed or just done, then check in next week. You can ask us your questions and we will get you the answers to how to get through the burnout that is actually this week's podcast episode also. Did you know we have a podcast? It's the Epic Podcast. It's for parents. It's for educators. It's for any kind of educator, not just an Epic educator. But this week we are talking about burning out and how to motivate and keep online fatigue at bay. And so you can check that out on your podcast listening app or on the podcast app on Apple, but it is When the Wind Blows. That's the name of the podcast. So if you didn't know about that, When the Wind Blows is the name of the podcast. And we talked this week about burnout, and we'll talk next week here live about burnout as well. Thank you all for being amazing guests on this show today. You definitely, I love your stories and keep them coming. Thank you for making Epic the top place to work and the top place to learn. See you guys.